Alrighty. Another week around the trash fire. Your host, Mathias. So on with the boy.
John.
Are you ready for this week?
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff to talk about. I didn't feel like it though during the week.
There is a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of interesting stuff that's happened as well.
Mm-hmm.
Some old stuff returning. Some possible new exciting announcements coming in the future. Excited to talk about it all. But, as with everything, we must start with the good old Sunday preview, shall we?
Let's do it.
So, Sunday preview. Echoes of Eternity and Chaos Reinforcements. Look at that. Chaos finally coming out. Demons, specifically.
Yeah, the Demon Codex finally dropping.
Finally. But, let's see. First, we got some Black Library. Got the Echoes of Eternity hardback book here. It's limited edition. Echoes of Eternity. That's not Horus Heresy, right?
Yes, this is Horus Heresy. This is the Siege of Terra book, by my favorite author with my favorite legion. So I am debating getting the limited edition.
Are you gonna get it in its shrink wrap and never open it kind of deal?
Probably. I mean, it's funny because like the limited edition Siege of Terra books. I mean, I don't have any more, or I don't have any of them. So it's not like collecting them is a must. But it's like it's one of those things where I don't it wouldn't in the long run it wouldn't cost me money to buy this because I could easily resell it for the value, if not more. I could actually make money from this if I wake up early enough. Well, not that early. It's like 10 a.m. But yeah, I am. I mean, I'm for sure getting the. I actually okay. I'm a 50-50 on the limited edition, but I will for sure get the hardback and the audiobook. I'm that hype about this. I'm gonna read it twice at the same time.
Read it physically and then listen to it in the audiobook at the
Yeah,
same time.
I'm so excited for this. I mean, it's my favorite. It's the Blood Angels, right? It's the Legion I'm working on right now for Heresy, and especially now that I'm even more hyped because I'm right now as we're speaking, I'm basing some Blood Angels,
Hmm.
and it's my favorite author, and he came back from a mental health break hiatus, excuse me, from writing novels. So this is ADB's kind of return, and he's my favorite Black Library author, and I am super hyped. This is exciting.
So this is new.
This is new. Yes, this is the second to last Siege of Terra novel,
Oh my. Well then.
and I'm pretty sure this is the one where Sanguinius 1v2s Kabanda and England.
Why they gotta do him dirty like that?
Oh, he's gonna win.
Oh, I know. But I mean, why does he gotta do Kabande and Angron dirty like that?
Well, Kabanda sucks, and Angron has to exit the siege at some point, so this would be the perfect opportunity. Even though in game Sanguinius would get smashed, but whatever. That's the game.
That's the plot armor, baby. And Sanguinius has to easily get killed by Horus.
Right.
Well, there you go. The hype book.
Yep. I mean,
Almost there.
for all the Heresy fans, this is a must-have because it's the next Siege of Terra novel, so you kind of got to read this, finish the series. So super exciting. Maybe I'll get the limited edition. We'll see.
See that going. Ba-ba-ba. 40k. We're getting the rest of that chaos range. The cultists. I forget what these cards. The cursed cultists.
Yeah, these are cool.
Trying to think, which ones have we not seen?
I think we've seen all of them. This is it. This is it for the Chaos release because we're gonna the Possessor coming out too,
Yep.
and I think this is all of it.
Well, the cursed cultists are coming out.
I think there were two separate units, but I guess they're being boxed as the same unit. Or they were previewed as two separate units, but here they're one big unit or in big box.
I see. All right then. Accursed Cultist coming out. We got the Possessed finally coming out.
Yeah, these are super cool.
Look at that. One has just a Space Marine on his base. He's not a special character. Can't be doing that.
Technical Marine.
Got these guys coming out, and I assume both of them are going to be like $50, probably more.
The Possessed might be 60 because of the bits, but I don't know. I think they're pretty big too. They're like Terminator size, and these would be super cool for Horus Heresy, Word Bearers Possessed too, the Galvor back.
Mm-hmm. So we got them. Interesting. We're getting Chaos Demon Patrol for blood. For Khorne.
Yeah, this is kind of cool. I wish the Bloodletters were new models, but it's okay.
Yeah, you and like everyone else who wants new Khorne,
Bloodletters.
Bloodletters.
They're not that old. Actually, they're pretty old. I just feel like now that they don't have to be ranked up like in fantasy, they could go wilder with the designs. I mean, they look very tame in terms of posing, considering they're like bloodthirsty, killy demons.
Yeah.
Crazy demons.
Because these guys, they got redone, what, start of 7th?
I think start of
fantasy?
7th fantasy, yeah, actually, no, I think they were 6th. Or no, they were 7th, you're right, because they had a softback book. And that was when they were incredibly OP in fantasy, and they were terrible in 40k when they came out.
As it always is.
As it always is. But I am hoping though that with the and the Demon Codex is coming out.
Right.
I am hoping that with this launch we'll finally see the PDF of 30k demons come out.
You think they're gonna try to align the releases?
I think so. I mean, it's I'm normally pretty forgiving of Games Workshop trying to manage release schedules and making sure products come on time because of shipping lanes and all that. But like, it's a PDF. There's not even a book or product tied with it. It's just literally a PDF with rules.
Well,
There's no book tie-in at all, like Warcry or whatever. So I don't know. I hope they tie that in. That would be super cool and would make sense.
well, you know, GW likes to miss the mark all the time when it comes to these kind of schedules.
Right.
Because I remember, God, what was it? There was something that came out that would have been like perfect if they had released it side by side together. It wasn't like a model. It was like, well, yeah, okay. It was an army, and then like some kind of product came out, some like video game or something, where they could have, if they had launched it at the same time, it would have been like a genius marketing.
But Total War, maybe? No,
it wasn't Total War. It was definitely 40k related. I can't remember what it was, but you know, GW likes to miss that mark, unfortunately. But at least demons are finally coming out, which means now we're down to Guard as the only 40k army, the original army that hasn't had a book yet.
Yes, that's it. Just Guard, and then everyone is done. Then 10th edition drops.
Yeah, but you're thinking, if I recall, you're betting that Votaan's gonna come out before Guard.
I think Votaan will come out before. I mean, I don't know. It's not Games Workshop, but War Machine teased a new faction and then revealed it was for a new edition, so it's possible. You know, forget that other strategies exist too. Whatever happens though, I do think that 10th edition will coincide with Space Marine 2. I think here's the thing, we're in a critical mass right now of 40k being a popular, going into the pop culture. I mean, the amount of 40k related comments I see on random Reddit posts is shocking me how common it is. But I if they release Space Marine 2 with 10th edition, I think that'll be the tipping point that 40K will become mainstream.
Well, I mean, Space Marine 2 is not scheduled to release for a very long time, like next year.
Right, 10th edition. So
Yeah, but
very long.
everyone's saying 10th edition is going to be this year.
This year?
Yeah.
No, no way. No, too late. It's after June. Edition launches for the past like 10 years, edition launches have come out in June.
So we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to
Yeah.
see if those
No,
rumors are right.
I will bet my entire Blood Angels army that it's not this year.
Wasn't wasn't ninth edition September?
Nope, it was June.
Was it June?
It was June. Because that's the fiscal for Games Workshop. Having talked to people who are managers, June is the month that's where the fiscal, um, in terms of their fiscal calendar, that's the biggest month in terms of sales they have to do to keep things up. That's why Heresy was in June, AOS 3.0 was in June, 40K 9th was in June, 40K 8th was in June, AOS 2.0 as well was in June. So there, yeah, I don't think 10th edition. It's way too late for 10th edition.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's the information. I mean that's the information I have based on my experiences and talking to people, and the math checks out with every big release. The past, Contrast Paint came out in June, and that was a huge deal in terms of sales.
All right.
So this year the big thing was 30K. We did a $300 box set and a bunch of things. So yeah, I can imagine 10th edition will be at the earliest June of 23.
But it'll be interesting because there's like no armies to release during the next year.
Right.
If Votaan, Guard, and World Eater are all coming out this year.
World Leaders may not be this year. It
They're
could
gonna
be.
they're gonna be a Christmas gift.
No, because that's Warriors of Chaos. Because that one the Games Workshop has said Warriors of Chaos is December
Hmm.
or winter. Yeah.
Well, okay then. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yep.
Well, moving on from the tangent. Let's see what else we got here. Chaos Demon Dice. I like these.
Yeah,
really
these are.
nice.
Yeah, this I do like their, what's it called, the pattern on the facing. It's great. The pips are standardized pips, and the chaos symbol is very prominent, easy to look. So I might pick this up because these are generic chaos dice. You don't have to play. They're not necessarily a demon dice.
Right. I think, in my opinion, to go more demony, they should have gone more of those. Obviously, still make the pips readable, but more multicolored dice.
Yeah,
It's hard for me to explain it. If I had like a picture, I could probably.
I kind of get what you mean.
Yeah, so it's nice to have like multiple gradients on it.
Right.
I think just to symbolize the warp a bit better.
Right. I get that.
But these aren't just flat black or gray dice. You got some character to it.
Yeah, I might just pick these up just for. I haven't bought dice in a while, so
Yeah, I would pass, but that's because Thousand Suns are the only true good guys, and they don't align with no chaos. It's fine.
there you go.
Moving on from that, when I saw these old models, I'm like, wow, GW is updating the models, and no, they're not. They're bringing back made to order old models. So we got our Horrors of Tzeentch right here.
I actually think these horrors are better than the classic horrors.
I agree. They definitely have a lot more character than
Yeah.
the current ones, and actually look like, you know, horrors.
Like, yeah, right.
So yeah, we got getting classic Tzeentch models here. Got new, not new, classic Flamers of Tzeentch, which again looks a lot better than the current ones.
Yeah, these ones don't the new ones don't look way worse, but I do like these ones more as well. They just look more just weird. I guess is the right word. The new one just look kind of it just too crazy. I think this one is weird but still has a focus to the model, with the different mouths and stuff
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing. I mean, you could even see that they have arms and a torso clearly.
You know, they have changed, but you should, you can still make stuff out.
Right.
Got those guys coming back, Beast and Nurgle. This monstrosity.
Yeah, that one is actually also not bad as a model. I mean, it's not like the greater demons that were just trash compared to the new ones. Like these ones could, if this was side by side with the new one, it would not be a one-sided contest, but which model's better.
Mm-hmm.
It has some character to it that I think still works.
Well, has it has like that horror element, right? That the
Yeah,
warp is supposed to be.
right. And it's not silly like the greater demons. It's horrifying.
Yeah, and I think that's why, for me, that these models work a lot better than what we currently have,
Hmm.
because they're supposed to be this really terrifying thing, not these like happy-go-lucky creatures that Nurgle is always portrayed to be.
Right.
This is like an actual terrifying demon that I would not want
Right.
to meet. So we got that. And let's see, we've got Karnak, which I guess they have updated his model.
Yeah, the new one's way better, but again, this one doesn't look terrible. Again, comparing to the greater demons, which I think is the biggest change in looks.
Mm-hmm. This is this is okay. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Not much you could do with a Hellhound, other than adding another head to it.
Right. Right.
And that, and the Masquerade of Slanesh, which I'm surprised is made to order. This is like a really recent model, right? Isn't this from the Gathering Storm series?
No, there's a new one, but the design is pretty much unchanged. It just has a way crazier pose.
Mm-hmm.
Like the new one's kind of dancing almost. This one is just a more a more conservative pose in terms of the craziness of the model.
Got it. Well, so yep, there we go. All made to order stuff for you want to add to your chaos army. Some
Yep.
horrifying images. There you go. So moving on from that, made to order stuff. We got some Blood Bowl, which I'm just gonna skip over because I don't care. Snarling dies, don't care. Blah blah blah. Let's see. Imperial Magazine
French.
going French. Oh. So that's happening. And then we got Warhammer Plus. What do we got? Looks like we're getting Interrogator Episode 7. And then the Lore Master on the Leagues of Votaan.
I keep forgetting to order my Vindicare.
I'm sorry?
I keep forgetting to order my Vindicare. I could pick it up now.
How does that work?
You guys go on the website and then you just order it for like $0.
I see. So they don't just
Anyway,
like auto mail it to you?
no, you gotta order it. I guess you gotta confirm your address and stuff.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay. I did well. You would know because you're the one who done it. I don't know how it works. But
Anyway, yeah, Leagues of Votaan.
Leagues of Votaan. Interesting considering we have only like what, 4 articles worth of lore.
Yeah, it's not a lot. I do wonder. This is a very interesting way of kind of releasing a new army. It's very drip feed. I mean, there's a freaking Warhammer Plus video on them. So
Well, I would assume that this Warhammer Plus episode is going to be going deep into the lore.
yeah,
I would hope. I would hope it's not just going to rehash the articles they've been posting on Warhammer
video.
community. You know, pick and choose some of the information off there, but hopefully it's all brand new to get us more excited for the army that is to come. But yeah, that is it for the Sunday preview. Exciting stuff. But there's more stuff here, like Heresy Thursday, where we got the Land Raider Proteus
Yes.
getting more.
Yeah, this was teased, or there's an image of this in the rule book, but never officially revealed until now in terms
Yes.
of article or announcement. So this unit is interesting because this is so rules is written. This is a different unit from the classic Land Raider. The classic Land Raider is the Land Raider Phobos. This is the Land Raider Proteus. But in terms of rules, it's exactly the same. Front 14, side 14, rear 14, 2 las cannons, hull mounted, heavy bolter could be given a las cannon, and transport capacity 12 guys, exactly the same. However, rules as written, the Proteus is the one you can take as a dedicated transport. Now, most people in events don't care; they'll allow you to take the other one. But it's kind of interesting rules interaction there regarding this new model and the old Land Raider. But if you play Heresy or you're getting into Heresy and you have the old Land Raider or the 40k one, it's the same thing. No one really cares if you use that one as long as it's painted appropriately and all that. Also, this kit can be built as a Land Raider Proteus Explorator, which has reserve modification. So in 30k, you roll if your units come off the table if they're deep striking or all that, and this one gives you a bonus to that, and I think a penalty to your enemy's rolls as well.
A penalty to your enemy rolls? What does that mean?
So I think the reserves are -1 or something.
Mm-hmm.
When they roll for reserves.
Got it. I got it. Okay.
Fantastic. Don't do it to your friends. It's mean.
No. You got to do it. You got to show them why your legion's superior.
Oh my gosh. That's why I don't deep strike. If I actually no, I do deep strike still. I don't. There's a Blood Angel list that's all deep strike. I just don't want to do it because there's so many anti deep strike shenanigans in 30k that I just don't want to do.
It's 7th, or not 7th. It's a 30k. You still can't deep strike your entire army, right? You can only deep strike up to half of it.
No, you can deep strike your whole army, but if you're at the end of a turn, if you have no models on the table, you auto lose. So you have to have some models on the table, and if your opponent kills, what you have on the table, you lose anyway. So you just got to make sure you have survivable things that if you're running a deep strike force.
Do drop pods still deep strike turn 1? Or
Yes, they still deep strike turn 1. If you do the drop pod assault list, you deep strike turn 1 still. However, I think if you have nothing on the table and your opponent goes first, they win the game.
it's a
So
gambit ruling to take.
the gambit, yeah.
Interesting stuff.
Although I realized yesterday you could charge from deep strike now. or 2 days ago when I was playing a game with my buddy, which you couldn't do in 7th edition. I am 1.0. So that was a neat little thing I discovered.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I remember deep striking in 7th was never, unless it was a kill squad, never deep strike any like assault troops.
Yeah. Now it's more attractive, not necessarily strong because of a lot of anti-deep strike stuff. Like there's a reaction called intercept. It's literally when an enemy comes from reserves, you just shoot it.
Yeah, that sounds like the command point aspect.
Yep, exactly. Or Ospec scan or something.
Yeah, there you go. Just like that. Well, moving on from this, great, there's nothing left. Okay. Kill team. We got a lot of kill team news.
Yeah, this one I'm very happy about.
Well, we got this new intercessor squad that's being implemented. These kill team
Yeah,
lights, which
this is
is
great because go ahead.
I'm gonna which usually they reserve for white dwarfs,
Right.
but now they're giving us some good old. Now they're giving us some PDF rules, which, what I've been saying this entire time they should have been doing.
And this is cool too because you can mix and match the assault and regular intercessors with the guns, bolt rifles.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of just having, because before your kill team had to be one or the other, now you can mix and match, which is super cool.
Which it should have always been, but it's fine.
Yeah.
But
And the
yeah.
other thing too is the kill team rules are now free.
Yes, they are.
And they're actually very well done. This PDF is amazing. There's your actions, there's what this is the steps to do when you shoot, this is what you do to fight, this is the line of sight and cover diagrams, and then you got your universal special rules. This is awesome. And now you could, I mean, it's not the I think there's more stuff in the rule book,
Of
but I don't
course.
think it's much. I think it's just missions. But right now you could plop your models on the table, put some terrain on, and play a game of Kill Team. And if you have Space Marines, you could do it for free. And this is great because now Warcry and Kill Team are free. So people who are trying to get into Warhammer, you could just you can get some models from your local store, download the rules online, and then there you go.
Yep. Well, I mean, Warcry and Kill Team have always been the. Well, okay. I guess that's a lie. Let me rephrase that. Warcry and Kill Team are good gateway games to get into the actual hobby. Not gonna say they've always been the best way to get in, but
And
it's a
now
good way. Get one box, you know, of Eldar Guardians or whatever, and you just be like, all right, this is my force, and you like the game enough, then you start building up the army. Because I mean, it's only a matter of time till Kill Team starts introducing more and more units into the game.
right.
I just hope it doesn't get as bloated as it did in first edition, but we'll see.
We'll see. I mean, I could see them just adding different armies as opposed to unit types, but we'll see. We will see. But yeah, I mean, it'd be cool if they released like a free Necron team, which they still could because Necrons don't have a white. Well, I think they do have a white dwarf team, but yeah, if you release like a Necron warrior and Scorpick one that makes use of the starter set models, you could essentially buy the starter set and play Kill Team for free, and it's a very deep, fun game with not a lot of models. And this is just a crazy good marketing tool for Games Workshop.
It is. But one that grabs my attention was they're bringing back an old kill team. Old kill teams. That is the Star Striders and the Geller Pox Infected. Now, did you ever buy this box?
I did not.
You did not. Oh, interesting. I thought you would. Granted, this is when I thought Kill Team was going downhill, because this is when they started introducing characters. Is that or HQs? I guess is the right one into Kill Team. But I picked up this box. I went half on this one. Someone took the yellow box. I took the Star Striders. And yeah, they are making a comeback. Finally.
Yeah.
I hope let's see, what else is it? There's also the what's it called? The Gene Circle guy. He's making it in there. The
Yeah, I think that's the White Dwarf. The White Dwarf kill teams are coming in. I do wonder how are we gonna buy these models.
You think they're gonna resell?
They must, otherwise
they have to.
Yeah, they really do.
I mean, they're great models. I don't think they were ever sold on their own, right?
No, they were not.
Yeah,
They were
you had to
sold.
buy the box.
Yep.
But yeah, they're all coming back. A bunch of White Dwarf models, kill teams, I mean, are coming back. Oh, there's more stuff to go through.
It's good, if you're getting a kill team, you don't need to hunt down for the White Dwarfs. You could just buy this book and collect all that content together.
Well, it just gives me a reason to
Oh,
hate my Star Striders.
second paragraph, final sentence. Both of which receive full up-to-date rules and return to the shelves as standalone sets. So they will be coming back. Super cool.
Well, I figured they were gonna get a box. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. It would just be weird if they didn't. So yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, it'd be weird that they would announce it and be like, "Yeah, we're still not gonna sell this, but they're coming back. So if you have it, good luck." We'll probably make them really stupidly broken too. But yeah, I'm excited. Again, an excuse to finally paint up that squad. I was always scared to paint them up because they're all, unique characters pretty much. But I'm looking forward to it now. But moving on from Kill Team news, we go to its counterpart, 40k. And we got some demon news. Even though the codex is coming out not this week.
Next week.
We got a little more chaos news here. Starting off with good old Nurgle. Their basic troops, 2 wounds. Gonna be a 5-up, 4-up for their saves. 5-up in combat, 4-up against shooting. So obviously, and being T5. So being the classic hard to kill units. Beast and Nurgle. These ones were interesting. Finally just getting a solid 6 attacks instead of D6. Not Toughness and Strength 6. They have a ballistic skill now, which I don't know what kind of shooting they're gonna have, but interesting that they got that. More interested in the rules that they're getting. So basically now Beast and Nurgle are going to be a tar pit unit. Because you gotta finish them off. Otherwise, you get their grotesque regeneration where they'll regain all their wounds in 1 round. And seeing how they have 7 wounds, that's a lot of firepower to throw into them. Especially since there's not really a las cannon can't really kill a Beast and Nurgle in 1 round of shooting. So it's gonna be interesting how these models will work out. Of course, as I always say, it's all gonna depend on how expensive these guys are. Of course, points wise. But I can see these guys doing what Nurgle does best, standing on objectives and holding it for the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought interesting stuff for Nurgle to get. I can't remember if plague frogs or plague toads. I can't remember if they got uh legacied or not. Do you remember? Do you know off the top of your head?
I think they're still being sold. Let's see, Plague Toad, Warhammer. Yeah, they're still being sold in Forge World, so they're probably in the Forge World book. Because
Yeah.
generally things are legacied if they're not being sold anymore. So
Well, they count as beasts of Nurgle, and those are nasty as well. But because they're Forge World, they're very expensive.
right.
But they could still do a lot, considering they're. I think they're the fastest Nurgle unit
Uh-huh.
that they have. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. Moving on from Nurgle, we got my boy Tzeentch. He's coming out. Mainly we just focused on the Flamers and the Manta Rays. So what happened with the Flamers? They're gonna get Strength 5 Flamers now because their Flamers go off their Strength. It's gonna be D6 plus 3, so you're at least guaranteed a minimum of 4 shots, 4 auto hits, and AP2 and 1 damage is pretty much the same. So basically, you're gonna get more shots with your Flamers and a higher strength, which is nice. But other than that, they're pretty much the same, unfortunately. And let's see what else we got here. You got their Blazing Warp Fire, which pretty much gets +1 to their strength. So technically, it's Strength 6 Flamers. So you're going against like Eldar, Tyranids, Guard, anything Hordy. At least you're gonna be killing them on 2+. But nothing too excited. They kind of still the same. And then we got our favorite manta rays, or sharks as they like to be called sometimes. Interesting ability of being able to, when they advance, being able to pretty much just deep strike, which I can see these being taken. And it makes me sad that even though I could run Tzeentch models in my Thousand Suns army, there's no benefit in actually doing it. And it makes me sad because I got all my little demons, all my Tzeentch demons, just in a box.
Oh.
Never to be played with again. Because I don't really have any interest in playing a demon army. But if they didn't have that, if they could somehow benefit from each other, I would definitely be having demons in my army, especially the manta rays, because they are a cool model, and being able to go across the board whenever I need them to is also very nice. And they're good vehicle killers. But that's pretty much it. Cool stuff to see what happens. I'm sure by now, I'm sure a long time ago that the rules have been leaked for the demons, but I'm sure this coming week there will be a bunch of codex reviews going out for demons, and we'll see how point effectives they are.
Yeah.
That's what makes and breaks the army. At least in the competitive scene. If you don't care about the competitive scene, just play whatever you think is fun. So, from that, we go to Necromunda. Pretty much new model Monday. We have 2 drops today, which has been happening. So with Necromunda, we got our Goliath Ganger right here. The Forge boss, which I'm a little disappointed in its design.
Yeah, he's incredibly generic, but in a way, he's kind of cool in the way that a Space Marine Centurion for 30k is cool, which is just a regular Space Marine that happens to be of a higher rank. So, and he looks more or less the same from a regular Space Marine. So, this just being an HQ Goliath, there's some charm there. I do think it's very generic, but coming from the perspective, like maybe that's the point, he's kind of cool. I just hope the base is big because otherwise he really blends in.
I think I just wanted a more dynamic pose for him. I think this is
That's fair.
just I think it's the posing that does it for me.
Yeah, I really wish.
He's a nice model. I
Yeah,
agree with that, but the way he's posed leaves a lot to be desired.
yeah, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I wish he had a tactical rock.
A tactical can.
Yeah, or something.
Yeah, it's something that just I mean I don't play enough Necromunda, and the people I do play Necromunda with don't run Goliath Gang, but I'm pretty sure if you put this guy next to a Goliath Ganger, he'd probably almost look exactly the same.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But there we go. There we got him coming to the gang. It's a nice model. Like I said, I just wish the pose was better. And going to our other new model Monday, classic Votaan models are coming out as well. And we got these guys, the Nimble Sagittarius, as they call, which is weird exoskeleton suits. It's kind of like the Grey Knight baby carriage, but like smaller. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember the name, but
Dread Knight.
Good Night. Yes, that's pretty much what I mean. That's what I'm getting from the vibe from. I don't know how you feel about these.
I like them in the way I like the other squat models or the Votan models, the ones that don't look like dwarfs, Celtic dwarfs with roots and berserker vibes from fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is if I was gonna play this army, which I won't. This is the kind of units I would want. Kind of matches the aesthetic of the vehicle, the regular infantry, stuff like that. Much better design, in my opinion, than the berserkers and all that. Now, it's an aesthetic thing, right? I think those other guys are good models. It's just not for me. Very much not for me.
I agree. I agree that these are not for me. Though, I mean, they don't look bad. I think they're fine. Definitely more unique in a way compared to the Space Marine Brethren, where again this is like an exoskeleton,
Right.
not just like power armor. So it's a cool design. I like it, and can't wait to see what happens with it. I am slowly getting more interested in the Votaan design, but it's not enough to where it's like day one. I'm buying this day one because it all goes back to like when they first came out. It's all goofy. It all looks really goofy to me. because there's aping at the dwarf motif, but sci-fi, and I'm not a big fan of it. But that is that. And we got one more Warhammer news, and that is the Nova opening.
Yeah, Nova Open.
And we got big reveals coming for good old Warhammer 40k, AOS, Horus Heresy, and surprisingly, Underworld. I didn't expect to see Underworld in there.
Yeah, I mean they might as well announce the next warband. I think the game is perpetually in a state of there's a warband coming out. So it's kind of, I guess, just pushing that kind of, I guess, feel of like, yeah, there's another warband coming out. Always.
Well, I mean, that's all they can really do because there's not. I mean, I'm not familiar on healthy the game is right now.
I mean, I haven't played a game, or yet I haven't seen a game played since COVID happened. But I mean, overall, they're amazing models. The last one I want to pick up whenever I have time to do a human project for AOS because they're super cool.
Right, the Witch Hunters.
Witch Hunters, oh, it's just such cool models.
Well, I think as tradition, we should go with predictions, shall we?
Yeah,
Let's start with Underworlds because I think that's the most fun. What are you thinking?
I mean this, it's so hard to predict Underworld's warbands now because they've covered everyone with a battle tome now has a warband, so now it's just a matter of what kind of weird and wacky things are they gonna come up with.
Well,
I
do
can
you think it's gonna be original, or do you think it's gonna be something already out there?
I think it's gonna be a variation of something out there as opposed to something totally original, like the pirates. So I think we're gonna see. Oh, it's gonna be the Corn Warband. Duh, guys. Duh, Matt and John. Remember from like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago?
That is a good question. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes, you are right. I totally
there we go.
forgot about that guy.
Me too. I forgot until now. Yeah.
Oh, that kind of just that kind of takes the thunder out.
Right. Now it's gonna be we now we get to see what's in the warband. I mean, we know one of them is gonna be a slaughter priest, but as for the rest, who knows? Oh, if there's a bloodletter, that'd be awesome. But we'll see.
Okay, well, that takes that out. You think it's gonna be a two-player, or you think it's just gonna be the box, or that I
I
mean
think
that one unit?
yeah, it's just gonna be the box.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one because they did indeed spoil it. Okay. Moving on. AOS. It's obviously gonna be a two-player box set.
I hope it's not a character box set. I hope if it's a two-player box set, it's gonna have a new unit like the Sylvaneth one. I hope it's something like that. So
Well, I mean that's what they seem to be doing lately. Is
yeah,
two new characters for each faction, and then one faction usually gets a little bit more, like
right,
new units, like
right,
either one or two.
yeah. I am hoping, I'm just gonna go all out. I'm gonna say Cities of Sigmar humans, Dawnbringer Crusade, just regular humans. Time for John to buy AOS again, kind of thing.
AOS, huh? Okay.
AOS humans.
I think it's gonna be. Uh, Help me out. Demons, are they all one book or are they separate?
No, so they're all separate, but demons and mortals are in the same god book in AOS.
Okay. I'll piggyback off you. I'll say humans. No, because if they're gonna do humans, they want to do a big event reveal. I don't think they would do that here.
Mm, fair.
I feel like they would want to, and if they do humans, that's gonna be its own thing. Like then that's not gonna share a box set with anyone. So I would go with Deepkin's already got one. Had the Bone Reapers gotten a box yet? Have they been updated?
Oh, they have not yet got a book yet. Could be Bone Reapers.
I'm gonna say Bone Reapers and God, it's hard to say because I don't really know what books have been updated or not. Um, what's an out there one? Let's go with Lizardmen. Have Lizardmen been updated?
Uh Not this edition, I don't think.
I'm gonna go with Lizardmen. With
Yeah.
Lizardmen getting a character and Bone Reapers getting a character and a new unit.
Yeah, I hope you're right because then Bone Reapers get a unit. They have archers, oh boy.
That would be my prediction. I think that one's pretty out there,
Yeah.
but I'll go with that one.
Yeah, I'm going with humans.
Okay. Let's go with 30K.
Alright, 30K.
This would be more your area.
That's a lot. I mean, the safe prediction is the next wave of plot. Okay, the safest prediction, which is the lamest one, is a new Praetor and a new Leviathan for a Legion. That's the safest, lamest prediction.
Okay,
Uh,
and if you weren't going to go with the safest and lamest prediction,
I would go with more plastic generic kits. So plastic, land speeder or a what else? Or new infantry like assault marines or breachers. That would be cool. Something like that, or a plastic arc, like a new tank, like an arc or like the bombard or something. That would be cool. The artillery tanks or whirlwind.
hmm.
Guaranteed though, they're gonna whatever they announce, they're also gonna announce the Liber Imperium book, which is gonna have Solar Ox and Custodes, which is out for release in October. So I think it's about time they reveal the cover and talk about it a bit. So whatever else they announce, that they're gonna announce that as well.
Okay.
Because we know what's coming. They just haven't officially announced like this is the book cover and this is the contents kind of thing.
Okay, well, if I had to guess, I'm gonna piggyback off your lame idea, and then I'm gonna say they're gonna introduce like a new admech unit or character.
Oh, like a plastic thing for AdMech.
Yeah,
Because AdMech right now is like 99% resin.
yeah.
So yeah, having a plastic, that'd be cool. Plastic AdMech would be great.
Well, it'd be like a character or a unit. It wouldn't be like an army revamp or anything like that.
Oh right, right. It would just be plastic of a plastic rework of a current resin unit.
Yeah, that would be my prediction.
That makes sense.
Because I'm thinking Nova. I can't remember. I mean, Nova is pretty big. That's the British GT, right?
That's yeah, that uh I think no, it's in the US, I believe, Nova.
Is Nova US? Okay, I
I
thought that
believe.
was.
Another prediction because I saw some rumors. Possessed Horus or Demon Horus, Warp powered Horus, whatever vocabulary you'd like to use. But I could see that, and also there were some other rumors as well.
I would like to see that. I'd like to see a possessed Horus or demonic empowered Horus.
Jet bikes. Here we go. Jet bikes, or maybe new Sicarans. So here's the rumor I my buddy posted. So Horus Ascended, which is possessed or Demon Horus, remaking old Primarch, so maybe Angron and Fulgrim getting new models in resin. More vehicles like the Land Raider Achilles, which is a Land Raider with a quad mortar as its main gun, and I think different side guns. Plastic jet bikes, Sicaran variants. So right now we have the regular auto turret Sicaran, so maybe they'll release the plasma Sicaran or the missile Sicaran as plastic kits. Dreadnoughts getting Legion upgrade kits in plastic. So that's shocking if that happens. I don't think just because the regular upgrades are resin. So if Dreadnought upgrade Legion specific upgrades are happening, I think it's going to be in resin. But take advantage of the plastic kit and starter sets, Imperial magazine, or like a get started for his Heresy type of thing. So that's the rumor. So quite possible that something from that list will be revealed. But regardless, I'm still going back to they're gonna announce the new book for Custodes and Soul Rocks in addition to this.
All safe bets.
All safe bets. It's
All
gonna
right.
be another demon. It's gonna be like Kyrus from from the book that Kabanda shows up in.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Dawn of War
Yep.
2.
Yeah, Chapter Master of the Blood Ravens, yeah. No.
They were around, right?
It's Thousand Suns, yeah. That's my headcanon.
All right then. Well, speaking of 40k, the prediction for 40k, I think it's just gonna be Votaan.
This would be guard. I'm gonna say guard.
You're gonna say guard?
So I'm gonna say guard or world eaters.
Nah, I wouldn't say.
Like reveal the berserker unit. I'm gonna go stare at Agron again while we talk about this.
I think it's gonna be Votaan. I think
Gosh,
they're leaking enough Votaan that they're probably gonna start getting close to their release window.
right. That's possible. Oh my gosh, plastic the spoiler squad. Sorry, that's more heresy wish listing. But Votan is a safe bet if they just announce the book or something. But I think they're gonna do something with guard or world eaters.
Well, I mean, personally, I would want guard because I think all the old armies, I think all ninth edition should be updated before a new army gets introduced.
Right.
So I'm hoping that I'm wrong, and I'm hoping that you're right. I'm hoping that it is gonna be guard, but my gut is telling me it's gonna be Votan news.
Space Marine 2.0.
It's gonna be like, all right, here comes 10th edition. You've all been wanting it, so here it comes. But yeah, that is my prediction. Votan, but I'm secretly hoping for a guard. I hope guard gets completed. And this is all gonna be, what day is this?
Wednesday.
First. Oh, that's London. Yes,
Very
Wednesday the 31st. For us Americans. Everyone else will be seeing it on Thursday the 1st.
Ooh.
So that's my day off. I could actually watch that if I really wanted to. I'm not gonna, but I could. So here's the hoping that our predictions are yet again 100% accurate, like they always are. But that is it. That is it for 40k news, or not 40k. That is it for Warhammer news. A lot of stuff, a lot of interesting stuff to talk about, which I like. I like talking about the hobby and what fun stuff there is to come, even if I don't play at all. So, what have you been up to hobby wise? I know right now you said you're working on some Blood Angels.
Yeah, just some rapier crew members for my quad mortars. So what did I do? What did I work on? I just been working on some like my Black Legion kill team, painting the trim because it takes forever. Yeah, I've been painting some Blood Angels, some more trim for Blood Angels, and now I just decided to finish these 6 guys because then I could use my rapiers in game. Because I finished the cannon already, just need the crew. Yeah, played a 30k game this past Saturday with my Blood Angels, won handily. That was it's a very good win, I think, in terms of I had a plan, I executed it, was very satisfying. Jump infantry is great. I actually did a big write up on Heresy on some of the Facebook groups and on Reddit, talking about how like objectives kind of don't matter in Heresy for most missions because how would you feel if 40k had endgame scoring? Did I ask you this already? I forgot if I
I don't. I mean, you might have, but that was
like what if
pretty much seventh edition in a nutshell. Like, I mean,
like,
not just seventh edition. That was a lot of like
Oof, I think
six and fifth. I mean,
yeah, where you just score objectives at the end of the game.
because I mean, like, I think fourth, fifth edition. I think that was just like kill points, right? That's how you
Yeah,
determine the winner.
and if you hold objectives, you see who you only score points for it at the end of the game. You don't score for holding it turn 2. You only score if you hold it at the end of the game.
Yeah,
Which
that's exactly how seventh was. It was just like
yeah,
it didn't matter. The grand scheme of thing was it didn't matter if you didn't have to go out there and secure your objectives like you'd have to do in eighth and ninth edition
hmm
because, like you said, you score that stuff at the end. So as long as you could get units on the objective at the end of the game and make sure your opponent couldn't contest it, objectives really didn't matter in
yeah,
seventh edition.
because you would spend most of the game trying to kill things because there's no point in holding an objective because you don't score. You guys are just sitting there for no reason.
Yeah, you just kill your enemies objective secure guys
Yep.
so they can't
And
score anything.
and in 30k, like I mentioned before, there's very limited objective secured guys. It's literally just troops. I mean, some rights of war make other things troops. Sorry, make other things objective secured or it's called line. But yeah, it's pretty easy to kill line units that hold objectives. And that's what I kind of felt with Heresy is that most of the games I played, you just kind of go try to kill each other for 4 or 5 turns, and then the last turn you go for objectives if there's anything left. Because 30k is so lethal, most things are wiped by turn 3 and 4.
Yeah.
However, there's one mission that is progressive scoring. It's called Dominion, and it's like my favorite mission right now because it's great. You score objectives at the end of the turn, so now your tax squads are doing something while they hold an objective. They're not just sitting there hoping to survive until the last turn and just kind of literally doing nothing. Because if they're out in the open, they get shot. And even if you're hiding them, I mean, like what I did, I throw some jump units or throw artillery at them, and there goes your scoring potential, right? And
Hmm.
usually line units don't have that much firepower. I think that by default, the line unit that can do the most damage is the assault squad if you load up on special weapons. And by that I mean you have one special weapon per 5 guys, right? Same for despoilers. But in terms of like tax squads, they don't really, which is the most common line unit right now, they don't really do damage. They just kind of hold objectives, which again is pointless if you score at the end of the game. So apparently Warhammer World released a mission pack that had for one of their events that has progressive scoring in 4 missions. So we might start playing that soon, but we'll see. But other
Yeah,
than 30k, um, I built the Star Wars and primed some Star Wars Legion stuff for Shadow Collective.
I'd like to go back on something you mentioned.
Oh yeah.
So for the missions, I like to take back what I said. There was progressive scoring in seventh edition,
Uh-huh.
but there was only progressive scoring if you played the tournament packs.
Right, there you go.
The tournament packs had progressive scoring, so it did matter when if you were playing that. But the normal missions were, yeah, pretty much at the end of the game, or if you
Yep.
played Maelstrom.
Yeah, Maelstrom, that was a fun. I think that was why it was popular too, because it had progressive scoring.
Yeah, it was a bit weird though. Just like how many points you could actually score, or
Oh, right.
how
Right.
unlucky you could be and not score anything.
Yeah, your opponent draws the cards that are hold objectives in your deployment zone, and you get the ones that are kill the enemy psyker who is attached to a unit in their backline. And it's like, well,
Yeah, kill the enemy psyker, kill an aircraft.
right. And they had no aircraft,
Yeah,
or they had on in reserve. You just have to wait for it.
Yep, always fun stuff. But yeah, sorry to cut you off. So
Oh, no
you did
worries.
some Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, I built some Star Wars Legion because I heard you guys were playing it, and I committed to getting the Shadow Collective box when it was announced. And I have a painted Darth Maul and a painted Rebel Mandalorian unit, which I could easily use as the new Mandalorian unit. So I am pretty much almost there to a full army.
Nice.
But yeah,
That's cool.
how
Uh,
about you?
for me, I didn't do any gaming. Uh, I was feeling a bit under the weather.
Mm,
Luckily, it was just due to lack of sleep, so nothing too serious.
that's good.
Uh, but I'm still working on the Flames of Sky Scions because it's just hard to find the motivation to paint sometimes.
Right.
But I got the Brazen Champion done. I'm gonna be working on the, the hero of the group soon, and yeah, I just other than that, just been playing video games. Really, not gonna lie. Been playing a lot of that multiverses. I don't know if you're familiar with that at all.
Oh yeah, that like Warner Brothers Smash game. I heard it's really popular.
Yeah, I've been playing that because why wouldn't I want to play a Smash game that's free?
Right. That's cool.
And just being disappointed because Dark Tide. I don't know if I've
Delayed
mentioned this or not, but that's been delayed.
again.
Yes.
And you know what? I mean, that's better than being released poorly. So, but it still sucks, right? Because you're still waiting for it. It's a long waiting game already. Yet you're waiting for it some more. It does. It kind of sucks, but
Yeah. At this point, they should just do a GW. They should have the GW trademark. Announce it, but never announce a day that it's actually going to come out.
yep, yep.
It's kind of like
Oh,
my
speaking of GW video games, Total War is getting the full map
yes, it
tomorrow
is.
or Wednesday or something. So that's pretty cool.
Yes, now you can spend 2 or 3 months playing that game on a giant map trying to conquer it all.
I'm definitely gonna be playing Empire.
Yeah, I probably won't be touching it for a while. I haven't really touched the Total Warhammer 3 since it came out.
Yeah, me neither. I bought it. Don't regret it. Waiting for this update to play it. So
I don't regret it. It's just I think compared to 2 cuz I played 2 the most, the story mission was just not that interesting to me
yeah, I agree.
cuz going through the Chaos Rifts is complete BS. With all we can all agree on that.
Not the most fun.
Go through
Not,
there. It heavily uh dissuades you from trying to expand your empire,
hmm
which I think is stupid. But yeah, it just wasn't for me. And of course, the AI cheats like they always do.
Right.
But yeah, I haven't really touched it there too much. But who knows? When they start putting in more factions, maybe I'll be a little more excited to get into the game. But in terms of other hobbying, I'm still waiting on some Star Wars models to come in because as I mentioned last time, I was looking into some models, and I did pick up, like a Boba Fett. What are they called again? Specialist,
The bounty hunter or operative.
operative, the operative version, and picked up a dewback because why not? Why wouldn't I pick up a dewback?
Lex are cool.
Yep, and then just waiting on the Death Troopers. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, Death Troopers or Dark Troopers. The
Dark
new.
Troopers. My Star Wars lore and knowledge is not as good, as it only pertains to like the first 6 movies. No expanded universe or anything like that. So I will always get the names messed up. Yeah, doing that, and then finding out, a couple of my workers have gotten into Warhammer, so I might be getting
Oh,
some
nice.
fresh blood into my
There
group.
you go. There you go.
But yeah, other than that, it's big chilling. Not doing too much, which is good and bad. But we'll see. We'll just need to find the energy and the motivation to start creating more stuff and getting painting done. Gotta have that hard discipline.
Yes. That's how
That
you get along done.
that's how you get the mindset going.
Hmm.
But yeah, hopefully this week. Not positive on what we're gonna do, but we're definitely gonna meet up this week. Probably play small game of Warhammer.
Thursday.
Probably,
Okay.
yeah. And yeah, and then just get more painting done.
Always sounds like a good plan.
I want to do one model a day, but sometimes it's a bit too much. I gotta just paint my Black Templar. That way I can feel good about myself.
And then finishing some stuff up. It's always a good plan. Finishing stuff up.
Finishing something that's easy.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, I feel accomplished.
There you go.
All right then. Well, I think we can call it there.
Yeah.
Again, I'd like to thank everyone who stayed to the end, listened to our ramblings and our trash opinions. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Later, everyone.